But before we get into this ride, let's talk about a big myth. There's usually a big misconception that you need to be a great rider to ride a Whistler. But the reality is that you really don't have to be that. You really can be just an average rider and do amazing. Hello fellow riders, welcome back to Berm MTB. I'm just a regular rider taking on the challenging Crank It Up here at Whistler. Get ready for an exciting ride full of surprises and maybe, well, learn a lesson or two. I'll be your guide through the twists, turns, and unexpected challenges, so stick around because this ride is going to be full of excitement. So you're probably wondering why you're watching this video when this guy's having a lot of cases and a lot of sketchy moments. Well, I'm here to tell you that not a lot of people show you videos like this, because I'm learning with you and hopefully you can learn a thing or two from the things that I've done, the trails that I've traveled, and pretty much the crashes that I've had. So just enjoy this ride and have fun. But before we get into this ride, let's talk about a big myth. There's usually a big misconception that you need to be a great rider to ride a Whistler. But the reality is that you really don't have to be that. You really can be just an average rider and do amazing. Whistler is really for everybody. Just look at me, right? I'm the perfect example that you can ride Whistler just about at any level. Now, let's talk about Crank It Up. Crank It Up is known for its smooth sections, jumps, and overall good times. But for me, it's a bit of a wild ride. I'm not a pro, and you'll see the real deal. The ups and downs, and pretty much everything in between. Let's roll into Crank It Up and feel the energy, the wind, and the excitement. This is just the beginning, and you'll experience the highs and lows of my ride. I've been mountain biking for a couple of years now, but I'm still learning. On the berms, I still brake a lot because I'm not comfortable with the speed. And during jumps, I tend to slow down. But I'm getting better, building confidence, and trying to change my mindset. So join me in this ride and see where I mess up and hopefully learn from my own experiences. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm still braking quite a bit on berms. And you need to be confident with your bike and with yourselves. I think a lot of the times we don't feel really happy with the experience that we have or the level or the skill set or whatever that might be. But in reality, we're probably better than we think. Think about it. Where were you 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago? No matter what, you're doing much better today. And you are ready for Whistler. You can do it at any level and you need to do it at your own pace. But to be able to do Whistler and just about any other trail, do it in 3 steps. 1, do a pre-ride so you're familiar with the trail. 2, do a re-ride. Do it a little bit faster because by now you're a little more familiar with the trail and its features. And number 3, just send it and have fun because hopefully by now you already know the trail. For new riders watching, hitting berms at high speeds can be uncomfortable. It took me time to let go of the brake, but you'll be surprised what you and your bike can do. Also on jumps like the ones I'm hitting here and like the one right here or probably right here, you need decent speed to clear gaps. It's a bit challenging, but with practice, you'll get the hang of it. And something happened. So let me tell you what happened. I just broke a spoke.
You okay?
Life throws a curveball, but we're not turning back. Spirits are up, let's power through. A spoke down won't ruin my ride. We're still rolling, chasing the thrill, and learning about perseverance. Now, let's hit some jumps. Some might be sketchy. Now, let's talk about how long you've been biking. Have you been doing it for 5 years, 3 years, maybe 10 months? No matter how long you've been biking for, you've probably been preparing for places like Whistler. I know you want to hit your local trails and you're having friends by yourself or with your friends, but at the end of the day, you want to test your skill level at Whistler. And don't feel discouraged if you're not hitting A-line for the first time. I surely didn't. Are you still casing jumps at Whistler? That's perfectly okay. I still did it as well. And believe me, many pro riders went through that at Whistler as well. No matter what, you're coming here to have fun, explore the trails. Now, let me tell you my personal experience with Crank It Up. It is one of my favorite trails in Whistler for a couple of reasons. It's right at the middle point for biking levels. If you're a pro, you're gonna have a lot of fun. If you're just a beginner, you can probably do just about everything on Crank It Up. Practice your berms, practice the jumps, like the one here, and practice your speed. And believe me, you do it a couple of times, you're gonna get better every single time. So a lot of you are probably wondering, how long is it gonna take me to do Crank It Up? It takes anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes depending on your level, your speed, and your techniques. Also, if you're familiar with downhill biking, especially at your local trails, it is likely that you've never done anything like Crank It Up, because Crank It Up takes you up to 10 minutes to finish it. And going downhill, standing up for 10 minutes, it's not easy. You're gonna be shaking by the end, your hands are gonna be numb and tight. So make sure you open your fingers from time to time while you're riding down, so by the time you get down, they don't lock. And just have fun. If you have a trip coming up to Whistler, especially for Crank It Up, it is likely that you're gonna get tired somewhere in the middle of this trail. There are safe places that you can stop and take breaks, don't forget that. Never ever give up. Keep trying and things will click eventually. It's been almost 3 years for me and there's still much to learn. Hey, but I'm having fun. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. If you enjoy the sketchy jumps and unexpected challenges, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more two-wheel adventures. Keep the rubber side down, stock level up, and don't forget to subscribe for more trails, tips, and family biking adventures. Thank everybody for watching, stay tuned, and never give up.